Welcome to Season 3 of Trap Talk.
Brought to you by Craigoff, the choice of champions.
All right, folks, we got to take a quick second and give a huge shout out to our title sponsor, Craigoff. Me and Ricky both shoot them. We both love them.
Yeah, best gun in the industry. I shoot them. I sell them. Nothing better, folks. Get yourself a Craigoff. Your scores will increase.
Yeah, I mean, Ricky's got hundreds and hundreds of hundreds with his. I mean, I've got a few hundreds, but I'm always working to get a little bit better, and they definitely help me, that's for sure. So on top of that, we also got to thank Winnig. I'm wearing the shirt today. Love this shirt. If you're down at the Grand, pick one up.
Yeah, Winnig, like I said, Zach, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds with my Winnig stock. You know, get a hold of Bobby, Luke, Bill, get an appointment set up. They will make you a better shooter with that Winnig stock.
Of course, yeah. The Grand's the great place to do it. Give them a call. Get on their book. It's worth your time.
Just remember, winners shoot Winnigs.
With that being said,
let's get back to the show.
Welcome back, Trap Talk listeners. I'm your host, Zach Nannini. We are live here at the Cardinal Center at the 2025 Ohio State Shoot. I'm with my friend, my co-host, my partner in crime, Richard Marshall Jr.
What's up?
How's it going today, Ricky?
Listen, we're at Tuesday, Ohio State Shoot. We shot the handicap to get a little practice in. We had a good squad. Joey Charnago broke 98. Ryan Glow had 97. I had 94, missed on the last post.
I was low.
You had 93, missed 3 on the last 10. Zach was rolling. You know, we shot in the rain, downpour. Joey shot well, so did Glow. Then we got to our normal squads for the week.
Yep.
And Zach broke 100 in the doubles. Looks like it's just you and Steve Stedman, who beat me in the Southern Grand Doubles. But
I was there for that shoot-off.
Yeah, you were.
That was a salty shoot-off,
Yes,
folks.
it
If
was.
you weren't there to see it, pairs were going like this and like this and like this. I mean,
But-
they were breaking 18s and tying each other and going
Yeah.
back out like 3 times. That was
today
hilarious.
was good. Zach had 100. I had 99. I think Tyler had 97. I think he might have won high junior
Yeah, I
for
know.
today.
Joey had a
7 also.
And then who else had a 9? Keith Ditto had a 9.
Yeah, Ditto shot with you.
Ditto had a
Didn't he?
9.
Did he make it in time?
He did. He made
Ditto-
so Ditto had lunch plans. Okay?
Yeah, he was gonna stop
so
and
he's
have
like, hey, I'm
lunch.
gonna go have lunch. You know, he's got his lovely wife, and he's there, and he had a great time. But I said, hey, Ditto, we're gonna trap shoot. We got to get over here and we got to shoot. He barely made it. So his little
Yep.
car pulls up, and we're like calling to the line. He's running up there with his vest, but it
Oh,
worked out.
Lord.
So it was me and Trey and Keith today, and we had fun. It was good. 3-man squad usually goes too fast
yeah.
in doubles.
Well,
but with
Ditto
Keith,
takes
it was like
as
a
long as
6-man
3
squad.
people,
We were
so
fine. We
it's
worked
okay.
it out. So I appreciate you, Keith. You keep being slow. We'll shoot 3-man with you anytime. Good leadoff, buddy.
So, folks, you need to come to the Ohio State Shoot.
Well, we got the back fence shootout this Friday.
That's
I mean,
right.
this is going to be aired after the fact. So honestly, we had a great time at the back fence shootout, people. And if you didn't come, you missed it. So next year, put it on your calendar.
That's right.
Because
You need to come to the Cardinal Center, folks. Whether they have sporting clay shoots. Oh, bang.
Check
This
that
is
out.
what we'll have at the back
This is
fence
the power of
shootout.
production right here. They just throw stuff at you, you grab it, and you start selling. So that's a shameless plug. Joe Charnago on the front. I don't know why me and Ricky aren't on the front.
No, Zach goes, folks, I really don't like this shirt. And I said, it's Joey. And he went, oh, well, it's okay.
I said, old bullpen over there.
Yeah.
But thank you. But moving on, Ohio's going to be a great week. We had good weather today, other than a little bit of rain.
Little rain.
We might get a little bit of rain this week, but other than that, the weather should be fine, and we should have a
Yeah.
really good turnout. Either the second biggest or the biggest state shoot in the country probably this year. Would you
Yeah,
say, Rick?
it looks like by talking to people, it might be close to the largest state shoot in the country this year. But it's always a great time here at the Cardinal. You know, they got tons of places to stay. They got great food. They got a restaurant bar right on site. You know, they got a laundromat right on site.
Yeah, we did that. We got pulled in, and
Absolutely,
we were
we pulled
heading over
in,
to
doing everything
and we
set
were
up.
playing that little coin machine. I was trying to get the quarters to come. Let me let you know, folks, that thing is rigged. Okay, you can't get your money out of it. You put in $10.
Zach lost a lot of money at that. And then we ran over to the campers and pre-squatted for the Grand. And right as pre-squatting opened up, they had a power glitch here at the Cardinal. 6 p.m.
So he's parked next to me. I'm parked next to him. At 6 o'clock on the dot, like
Yeah.
literally the second the watch hand hits 6,
Yeah.
the power goes out, the Starlink goes out, and
Yeah.
we're like, I'm thinking, did Ricky flip my breaker?
That's what
And
I
he's
said.
thinking, did Zach flip my breaker? And we're like, oh, you mother. And so, but luckily it wasn't either one of us, so we didn't
No,
have to hurt
no,
each other. And
no,
we
yeah,
just
it was good.
we just figured out it was a power outage that happened to
But
happen at
the
6.
squatting is open for the Grand American folks. So
Way
get
open
on
now because this is 2 weeks later. So
yeah, but
if
get
you haven't
on,
done it
get
yet,
squatted.
Get it squatted, get it done. I'm excited for what we got this week, but let's roll back a little bit. So we just got done with the Illinois State shoot, and I want to talk about that a little bit. Ricky, you had a fantastic shoot. Without getting into the scores, which I'm going to look them up on my phone. I'm not texting or anything, folks. I'm going to look up the scores. But one thing I'd like to note is you went on a really long run in doubles there. You went the first 400 straight, correct? In Illinois.
At Illinois.
And then previous to that, you ran the last 100 at...
After last night, we were on the phone with Sean Hawley, 1,130 straight. So then I was like, well, God, I wonder. So I broke the 100 in doubles at the Southern, lost the shoot off to Stedman. And then I shot the 100 doubles on Wednesday at the U.S. Open. Well, then I had to leave because our gracious friend and longtime buddy, Bill Martin, had passed away, so I went to his funeral in Utah. And so I didn't shoot again till Illinois. Then we shot the doubles on Tuesday. I broke 100. Shot the doubles, of course, Wednesday, broke another 100. Shot the doubles Thursday, broke another 100 in Tyler. My son broke his very first 100, which they posted that all over Facebook and stuff. So that was cool.
Think I broke 100 that day, too.
Yeah,
so
you broke 100.
Me, you, and Tyler, we broke 100. I was like, oh, we all did. That was cool.
Yep. So we did awesome there. And
what a great producer.
Need some ice.
A little ice.
And then, thanks, John. No problem. But, and then Friday, I broke another 100. So that put me at 400 straight for the shoot. Yeah. And then Sunday, let's just say I woke up
the mustard slipped off the hot dog.
It did. I did the Rich Bullard. But no, and honestly, Saturday night, backing up the singles on Saturday, broke 200. There was 7 of us, I think, out of state, because it was Drake Reynolds, Andrew Herberg, me, Jackie Schnellenberger, Herbie
Lewis,
and Jason Krause, and
that other young lady, Brianna. Brianna. She broke her first 200.
Brianna.
Thompson.
Her
first 200. Shout out, good job.
Yeah, absolutely, good shooting there. And then we ended up going 200 straight, come down to me and Andrew Herberg, and I ended up winning after 200. And I was a little sore. I guess getting old, but...
hey, you know what? They don't want to hear how you're sore.
It's okay.
You broke 200 straight. You just broke 700 straight in doubles. Now you're telling them how you're a little
I didn't
sore.
break 700.
691. Okay,
691 was my long run.
They don't want to hear about you being sore. Just, we miss. Sometimes we miss.
But then Sunday, I broke 94 in the doubles, and then had 98 in the handicap. Missed my first one out, and ended up winning the shoot-off. Still waiting for my bounty from Sherry Rao. She put a bounty on me for Jordan. So
I've got the winners, and for out of state, Ricky won the overall with an 1184.
Jason Krause won the
Dagan Voigtman runner up with an 1176 on the out of state.
And Krause was third with an 1175.
Correct. He was 1175. And then to the in-state, we've got the high overall winners. Ian Lawrence won with 1179. Stephen Margario tied, but Garrett Helms ended up winning the flip, it looks like. And one runner-up. And then for the high all around, Krause broke a 396 out of 400.
Stellar 396. And hey, that was his first all-around win, so congratulations, Jason.
Congratulations, Jason.
Good.
Runner-up was Peter Walker.
And I was third.
Ricky got AAA champion. Then we look at the in-state high all-around.
Ian Lawrence
395. 395, so he shot excellent.
That was his first time back to Illinois in 8 years, too.
So I mean,
Krause, they want you to leave again, I think.
Krause shot better than anyone on the grounds on the all-around with the 396. And then with the 395 was Ian. Moving into the other titles, as we know, out-of-state champion was Ricky. In-state champion for the handicap was Brendan Moen with a 98. He's a good guy. Other trophies, out-of-state doubles championship.
That was down to 3. That was 4. Actually, there was 400s.
So it was Dagan Shelby Wadey,
which had the Harry Wiener dog, little puppy that everybody was loving on.
That was her first 100 straight.
First 100 straight, and then
she went up against Krause. She went up against
Dagan Voigtman.
Trey left. Didn't show up, but and then Dagan. So not only did she break her first 100 straight ever, but she goes out with 2 of the best shooters in the country.
Listen,
and just put
I want to tell you, folks,
stomping on them.
I was watching the shoot-off. We went down to watch it, and she was leading off, and she seen the pair, okay, then she started. Dagan went dead lost in the first pair. Krause went dead lost in the second pair. she broke all 20 like it was nothing.
Yeah,
like
you know,
no,
and that's,
like she had ice in her veins.
That's what we talk about. Like, everybody has an opportunity to win in this game. If you
That's
think
right.
you don't, I mean, this was her first day ever breaking 100 straight in doubles.
Yep.
And then she went out there with guys that have done it, tons of times. Obviously, there's not many people in the country with more shoot-off experience at his age than Dagan. So
Yeah.
it's just one of those things where when it's your day, your day. And if you go out and you pound the target, you can't lose. If
and
you
that's
don't
what
miss,
it is.
you can't lose.
Yeah, no, she shot well, and then the singles. I won the singles in state, or out of state.
Doubles in state. In state was Ian Lawrence.
Ian Lawrence, yep.
And then Koster Cook won runner-up, and then we get to the singles, like you just said.
Yeah, I was out-of-state champ, and then
Correct.
Herbie was runner-up, and Krause was third.
Now, in-state champ was Jackson Wilson.
Yeah, Jackson Wilson, junior gold, his first 200 straight.
And a 50 straight in the shoot-off.
And a 50 straight in the shoot-off.
So that was all the
congratulations.
main events, just
Yeah.
kind of covering
Well, we
it.
had, and for Team Nebraska, my son Tyler won the all-around and the overall in junior. And then Barrett Debris won, I know he won the overall in sub-junior. Did he win the all-around in sub-junior too? I think Barrett did. Barrett ended his run, folks, 586 straight in the singles.
Yeah, he won the
for
high overall.
sub-junior.
Barrett won the high overall for sub-junior.
Did he win the all-around?
The high all-around was in-state, out-of-state.
Zach takes a while to look. at
Shelby Wadey.
Okay, Shelby Wadey,
Shelby
which
Wadey.
broke her first 100 and won that.
Yeah,
so
so
that's she
there.
got that. But Barrett shot well all week. He won the singles in Kansas.
He was
out
pounding
of
them.
state champion in Kansas.
Well, here's
And
here's a funny little caveat story. So in the week, the first 100 singles, Barrett runs them.
Yeah.
I run them. A bunch of people run the first 100. That was the only one you missed. So
Yeah, I missed the first one.
You missed one, and
I
you
gave
missed
you a
right there at the
chance.
beginning. I said, okay, there's the door. He's done. I said, he's done. We're going to take him. So me, Barrett, Hannah Hobson, and like several other people end up running the next 200 after that. So 300 straight. We go into the last 100. Everyone's straight, and I miss on my second box of the second 100.
Yeah, you missed. Because you ran the first 100.
I ran the first
125.
325.
Well,
First 325. And then I miss, and I'm like, in the back of my mind, Justin's, pulling up his cart, and I'm like, Barrett's about to punch 400 of these things, and he's about to take everything. And I said, but he was inking them. He was inking them, and I was really proud of him. He ended up missing. But
He missed
happens.
two in a row in the last post.
It happens.
And it does. It's one of those deals that, one of our people on the show, Britt Robinson, told me when I was 17 years old, you missed the first, you missed the last,
Doesn't
you missed
matter.
the middle. It don't matter, folks.
It doesn't matter.
It's a loss. So don't dwell on that. I know that's hard, and I talked to Barrett just after he was done and said, hey, man, you shot lights out. 586
right now,
straight.
for his age and for
He's 12 years old.
Yeah. So in the sub-junior category.
When I was 12 years old, I didn't even break a 200.
I mean, I'm telling you right now, he's going to break a 200 this summer. I can almost guarantee it. He is definitely, in my mind, one of the top sub-junior competitors in the country. He is
for all around. He's the top sub-junior shooter.
Yeah, he's got it going on, and we're looking forward to great things from him for sure. I mean, but he's following in the brothers' footsteps. I mean, Wyatt
absolutely.
Wyatt
He's spanking on Wyatt a little bit. Wyatt's he's wanting to go hit golf balls and stuff.
He's hitting them good though.
Yeah,
he's hitting them great, and Wyatt's shooting good too. I mean, we had a great week, and it's great to see newer shooters that are starting at that level, and they're growing into their abilities.
All right, Trap Talk listeners, let's take a couple seconds and thank a couple more sponsors. First of all, Remington's been with us since day one. I've been shooting these shells since 2007. I shoot the Nitro 27 from the 27-yard line, ounce and eighth, 7.5, and STS ounce and eighth, eighths for singles and doubles. They've worked great for me, as they do a lot of top shooters all around the country. Give them a try. Don't forget the Gun Club line when you're practicing and you're wanting to save a little bit of money.
We'd also like to thank another sponsor, Outlaw Engineering. Randy Freston, R2. I've known Randy since 1988. They do engineering, surveying, drafting, GIS, civil, structural, land development, wetland permitting. They do it all.
And they're friends of trap shooters. I mean, they're a trap shooting family. They've been in the ATA forever. His dad's been involved. They're involved. They're a beautiful family. They're great people. and we just love that they listen to
Yeah.
the show, and we love that they support Trop Talk.
Yeah, his dad was past president in 1989, so I really want to thank those guys for the support. All right, folks, we need to take a quick second and get to a new show sponsor, Big Red Motorsports. Big Red, they're personal friends of mine, Jason and George Lee, and they're also a personal sponsor of mine.
Now, I'll say this. Ricky looked great driving around in that side-by-side. I got some free rides down at Tucson, the Autumn Grand. I think it's awesome that they deliver all across the country, and obviously they love trap shooters, they love trap shooting, and they're doing a great job.
Listen, they got Can-Am, Kawasaki, CF Moto, Triton trailers. Hit them up. We'll take care of you guys.
Hey, Trop Talk listeners, let's take a quick second to thank a couple more amazing sponsors. SOS Clay's Shoot Management. They're doing a fantastic job. I love the app. I love being able to see everything on my phone instantaneously. It's freaking awesome. Rick, what do you think?
Yeah, Greg Pink and his group over there. I mean, they've got majority of the satellite grands, majority of the state shoots. I think it's 40 plus state shoots they're doing. But the app, honestly, we were doing a little beta testing with that at the Spring Grand. It's awesome. You can see your squad if they paid. You know, you can see your options, your payouts. The whole works at your fingertips. Great deal. They're just
Ricky
killing
knew how
it
much
over there.
money he made before he even got off the line. He was like, hey, I'm buying lunch. I'm like, yeah, good job. We're good to go.
That's
We
right.
also got gun and trophy insurance. I mean, they're the best in the business. I know they're great price. Ricky, you're familiar with them, right?
Yeah, Cole and Larry Cushman been long-time supporters of myself, and I've been a supporter of them, and, you know, especially with my college team. You know, we require insurance. It's so fast and easy to sign up and get your insurance in literally 10 minutes. You can have your guns insured, and they're just great. They're great to deal with. Like I said, you can do your trophies also, you know, your wildlife animals and that such, and your guns. It's just a great
It's
product.
always good when you're
Great
traveling
product.
around to have that peace of mind and know that you don't have to worry about losing your stuff forever. And these are expensive ththings, especially when you got those Craig offs. You got to keep them insured. All right, folks, we got to take a real quick break and acknowledge the official target of the ATA, White Flyer. They've been sponsoring us since the beginning, and they make a great target. What do you think, Rick?
It's the best target in the ATA. Shout out to everybody there, all the reps, you know, Bill Daniels, Josh Taylor, Nick Arnold, Robert Crow, everything they do for the sport and all the shoots. Really appreciate it.
They're always there. They're always trying to make a better target, and they're always supporting the game that we love so much. With that being said,
Let's get back to the show.
The Illinois State Shoot, folks, is in Bunker Hill, Illinois, just outside Litchfield, about 35 minutes away from northern St. Louis, 35 to 40 minutes away. You know, there's tons of places to eat south, of course, all around Litchfield, you know,
Yep.
whatever. But it is one of the best state shoots in the country. They throw awesome targets. Family-owned club, okay? So we need to support.
More family-owned clubs is great, and having them there and having people open to be able to practice. I mean, the one thing I'll say about Illinois is they cater to the shooter. They do the
Yeah.
best job they can. They had a free dinner on Friday night for
Yes.
everybody there. It was
Yes.
fantastic food. It was a great time.
Well, and Michael Gooch, he did a gun giveaway and some gun cases and stuff, shootouts and stuff like that for the
But
shoot.
what I think is bar none to almost no clubs in the country is the target that they were throwing. I mean, the scores, if you looked at the scores, everybody shot really well in Illinois.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, you kind of look at that and you say, okay, where do I want to go where I can have the best opportunity to shoot the best scores humanly possible? I can't argue that Illinois and Brittany
I
is going to
think
give
they-
you.
listen,
I mean,
they're-
you were only down
I was down 8 in the first
eight
1100.
birds in the first 1100.
With
right?
counting the 100 doubles, it didn't count in the overall, but yeah. 8 in the first
He's
1,000.
always counting stuff that doesn't count. You know, whenever it if
You
it's
asked
an,
how many I was
if
down.
it's an advantage, he uses
A bird's a bird, bro.
If it's an advantage, he uses it. If
Yeah.
it was bad, he'd have left that one out.
No. I listen. It was a great shoot. The weather was good. We had some rain when we
Little
were
bit.
shooting the doubles a little bit. But listen, and they did. You know, the grounds was muddy. They had some water. You know, some guy left the hose on and was running, you know, regular water for 2 days. So that caused a little bit of an issue. But the nice thing about the place, if you needed anything,
They do it.
You went to Jake, Lauren, Michelle, any of the board people. They took care of it.
They really do. We have a fun time camping there. If you can get a camping spot and stay on the grounds, it's really fun because everybody kind of stays out all night long and does the trap shooting lifestyle.
Absolutely.
Of having fun and talking.
Having a good time. And folks, for the 2026 Illinois State Shoot, we want to see you there. I think it should be one of the top shoots in the country.
It grew. I mean, it's
Absolutely.
bigger this year.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know how much bigger it can get based on the size and the capacity, but right now.
Well, they do have farm ground there. And, if it was Dale's club, he'd put in more camping spots. Michelle, Lauren, you could put in some more camping
spots. A few more spots, a few more traps. I mean, but it's definitely growing. It's at the perfect week where, it's like, okay, we're in the good weather.
Yeah.
There's really nothing thrown on top of it that anybody wants to go to.
Well, in the area,
close.
you do have the Pennsylvania State Shoot at the same time, but
it's out of the
listen,
area.
we used to go out to that. Problem is, it's 18 plus hours from my house and then 7 hours back here. So it's just easy. It's 6.5 hours now with Tyler's going to Lindenwood.
Yep.
Lauren's there. They have a huge capacity of Lindenwood shooters, past, present, and
there
future.
was like 40 of them there.
Oh, yeah.
So we took a big picture, and that was really cool just to, because what's sad about it is I think I was the oldest guy there. I was like on the side of aluminum, and I'm like, these are all young guys. And I'm like, I don't feel like the old guy, but
you are old.
Now
34.
I'm getting a little old.
When I was 34, I didn't have that gray in my hair.
Yeah, that's a little whiskey will do that to you. but I think the target setting committee, thank you guys for doing a great job.
Yes.
If you haven't been to the Illinois State Shoot, you need to put it on your calendar. You need to go out there. And another shout out, they have a great trophy package there. I don't know if you've seen it, or you might have won one or two, but I don't know.
10.
But see. You give him a softball.
I had to throw it at him.
He's never gonna.
No,
he's never.
It was great.
Never gonna go humble on one of those.
We got the 5-ounce silver shotgun shells. Won that for the HOA. That was cool.
They've got great trophies, and I don't know who's picking them over there, but
they got a ton of added money
but
too.
They look at it and they say we're going to make it different every year. We're going to change things every year, and they put some time. And I will say, I've been a part of state shoots where it's rinse and repeat every year, same trophies, same stuff. They just click order again, and you go and you win every year, and it's the same.
They do some cool stuff there. I know.
You have to.
Last year at Illinois State Shoot, Tyler gets this trophy, and it's a box, and he doesn't open it until we get home. And it's 4 16-ounce glasses. I was like, perfect. Got some new glassware.
Dad's taking those.
That's right.
All right, folks, we got to take a quick second and give a shout out to the Cardinal Center in Marengo, Ohio. They hold the Cardinal Classic, and they also hold the Ohio State Shoot, which is home of the first back fence shootout. Ricky, what do you think about Ohio?
Listen, I love the Cardinal Center. I actually broke the first 100 from the 27 there at their very first shoot ever. Great place, Jake Spangler and their whole clan there. They do an awesome job at running the shoots. The Ohio State Shoots ran by the Ohio State Association. The Cardinal Classic's right after the Grand, so if you're looking for some more points right after the Grand, hit that up so you can get a little more points than old Zach here. But listen, it's a great shoot. Great facility.
It really is. I personally love the RVs. They've got great camping there. They've got a great time, good shoot, good target presentation. Go check it out. It's worth putting on your list. With that being said,
let's get back to the show.
So speaking technically now, to get into it, as far as the background there, as far as the traps, I mean, what is your opinion on the line if people are saying, okay, where do we squad?
I want to tell you what.
Where do we go?
Here's where you can shoot at Illinois. They have bank 1 through 12. Pick one.
Pick one.
Folks, we shot 7 in the doubles, which is right next to the skeet house, which is next to the
8,
practice.
9, and 10.
Okay, well, we shot right next to that the first day in the doubles, broke 100 there. They throw the same targets from the West Bank 1 to the East Bank 12.
There is zero advantage in Illinois.
It's the
no matter
same background. You know what it is? Blue sky.
And when that target comes out and hits blue sky the whole way, you've got flat terrain, you've got an equal set all the way down the line. The target setting committee is communicating really well. They're not having these banks higher, these banks lower, these banks hotter, these banks slower. They do a good job of communicating and saying, hey, we're going to set them all exactly like this. And when you go from side to side, you're going to see a good set.
We didn't have to see any target. We didn't change one trap, which we don't change traps.
We didn't have to. It was just a good week.
Which honestly, folks, once the target setters set the targets, they know what they're doing. The preferential target setting stuff, I think it's got to stop. Myself.
Yeah, I think it is definitely a downfall of the sport if it's in legal range. And we've talked about this a lot on the show, folks, but Like, if you have a target that's legally in range,
Yep.
I think you have to really take a step back and say, well, am I manipulating the target to what I want, or am I actually making it a legal target? Now, we've both had targets before that were illegal targets. And then in that scenario, if it's like, oh, it's a 5 foot off the ground, or it's 30 feet in the air, or it's like lobbing off, or it's out of angle, well, then, yeah, you have to, call the mechanics and figure out what can we do to make this go back to a legal target. But I really think at some point in time, the next step of the game is going to be, once the target's in legal range and the club has set it, I think it's
shoot
it, right? Shoot it, because if there's somebody that likes flat targets or likes high targets and says, well, I want them higher because I shoot better on a higher bird presentation. I mean, I don't know if that's fair to everybody on the ground.
I don't think it is.
And I don't know if it's fair to the people coming up behind you, because now they're having to shoot high birds or low birds based on your preference.
Well, remember what Steve Carmichael said when he was on the show? He used to set them at 9.5, 10 feet, and if you didn't like it, there was the gate.
Yeah, I think that it would be a smoother situation long term, and I think it would be more fair if we started to have more of a precedent of, this is the setting requirements and this is what we're going to stick to. But that's our opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody's got an opinion.
Who knows what's going to happen? Who knows? Are you coming in here?
Are you talking?
We're talking
Yeah.
about.
Oh, hey, come in, Coop.
Hey, Coop, come on over.
Come here, Coop. Hey, look, turn around.
We got a future All-American right
Folks,
here.
look on the camera, Coop.
Say hi.
I like
This
that.
this is Cooper. This is Joey's son, who's going to be the next All-American trap shooter, aren't you, Coop? What are you going to do, Coop? Send it? Tell him, Coop. Tell him. What are you going to do?
Send it.
That's
Hell
right,
yeah,
bud.
we're gonna say thanks, Coop.
Thanks, Coop.
We always like special guests coming
That's
on
right.
the show.
All right, Trap Talk listeners, we got to take a real quick break, and I've got something that I'm so excited to announce. Trap Shooting USA has now become the official magazine of the Trap Talk podcast.
No, it's not only Trap Shooting USA now. It's Wing and Clay Life, Lady Outdoor Lifestyles, and Clay Shooting USA.
I'm just really excited because they make such a high quality magazine. I mean, if you guys haven't had these magazines and you actually get to touch them in your hands, they've got really thick paper, they're really glossy, and they keep it really cool. I mean, I just love it.
The Traveling Gunsmith, and then in this newest episode, we have
Oh man, look at those handsome guys. I love this. I love it. So also on top of that, Outdoor Pursuits Media, Matt, he's decided that he's going to give away a shotgun at the Grand American this year at our live podcast studio. If you weren't there last year, you missed out. You need to be there this year. It's going to be great. The only thing you have to do is either renew or subscribe to any one of these magazines, and you're going to be in for the drawing for the gun. And we're going to have all that information in the future. Just look out for it, and we'll keep you updated for sure.
with that, let's get back to the show.
But Illinois is amazing. I can't say enough good things about it. There's a lot of good people. The kitchen is top notch.
Yep.
They have homemade pies in there every day. The breakfast is good. The lunch is
Well,
good.
it's all family ran.
It's all family ran. Everything they do, from the target setting to the trophy package to the cashiering to the food, all family oriented, and they do it right. And honestly, in my opinion, and you could tell me I'm wrong because you usually do, I think it's the lower cost targets in the country because they run it all. I mean,
Yeah.
they were, I think, 3600 or I mean,
Yeah, we'd have to look it up on the program, but
it was a good value. So
It was.
listen,
And it's a great place to shoot. Like I said, the targets are great, the food's great, the atmosphere's great. The trophy package is one of the best in the country.
it's
It's
a good time.
Yeah, now we're here at Ohio State Shoot, which also one of the best state shoots ran in the country by far.
Yeah, they get a lot of people pushing.
Well, we have so many events here. We got the back fence shootout like we talked about.
that just happened.
Yeah,
Post television time.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Sorry you missed it.
Yeah, sorry you missed it.
Sorry you missed it.
Should've
We're doing
been
it on
here.
Friday. We got any predictions we want to tell people on, or what do we?
Well,
we're gonna
let's
step into the
see,
future?
folks. Well, Dagan did not cut. Well, we don't know. He went home. But yeah, Dagan didn't make it out this year. So
He might show up. You never
never know.
He might
It
want to
could
go back
fly
to back. He
in.
might go back to back on the gun.
on the gun deal. So, but yeah, no, we're looking forward to everything, and the summer's going to be great. We got Iowa State Shoot come up, Wisconsin before that. Which one are you going to show up at, Zach?
Iowa.
Iowa.
I'm going to Iowa.
Okay.
So I'll be 100% going to Iowa this year. That's a new shoot for me. Not a new shoot forever. I used to go when I was a junior, but Haven't been to Iowa in a long time, so adding that to the shoot schedule this year, which is going to be a lot of fun, because normally I just take July off and just get back to the office and work. But I want to do one more shoot in between to get ready for the Grand, because it's just a lot of time in between.
I wonder, Joe, will you be showing up to Wisconsin this year?
Maybe if I go to Indiana early again.
Joe showed up to Wisconsin one year, folks, because he thought Indiana was going on, and he went, "Oh, it's not. So hey, just come to Wisconsin."
Yeah, who looks at schedule?
Yeah.
Here's the date. I just didn't look at.
Who looks at calendars?
Yeah, exactly.
He knew where he was going. He says, "I'm coming here to shoot." I mean, they didn't have a shoot, but he was ready.
He rolled in.
I drove 4 hours to get 2 hours closer to Wisconsin.
Yeah.
It was a great trip. Great family trip.
I promise you, he was the best shooter. He was the best shooter there that week. That's going to be my new overall tactic.
Listen, he showed up in Indiana. He said, "Hey, am I in time for the doubles?" They said, "Oh, you got a lot of time for the doubles.
About a week.
You got about a week."
Yeah, you win some, you lose some.
That's okay.
Your odds are better when nobody's there.
He's good at shooting a shotgun. Folks, don't hold it against him.
That's right.
Nobody said he was good at calendars.
Stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane, Joe.
We try to tell Zach that all the time.
Hey, you know what? I'm in my lane. I got the Italian
right,
flag behind me.
American flag.
I'm feeling good. I'm with
Hey.
my people.
We'll give a shout out to my ammo sponsor, Fiocchi, and Joey's ammo sponsor, BMP, for letting us graciously use the Fiocchi BMP
Hey, it's
building.
all under the family.
That is, under CSG.
Our show sponsors Remington, obviously, but
Yep.
CSG owns Federal, they own Fiocchi, they own BNP, and they own Remington. So,
and 80% of Prosley.
a little Perazzi. We're still using those German guns.
That's right.
But what I can say is it's definitely nice to to be able to co-represent the brands
Absolutely.
and get stuff out there. And at the end of the day, it's all about getting good product to shooters. Like, can they, hey, some people like Remington, some people like Federal, some people like Fiocchi, some people like BNP. It's whatever your preference is, but then getting the product and having a quality product.
And we can get you product. If you need Fiocchi, BNP, you need some Federal, you need some Remington, let us know. We can take care of you.
We can get it out there for sure. But it's just a lot of fun. This is the prime time trap shooting season between June and August is when we have, I think, the most fun. And and I'm just happy. The crew's running. The squads were good. Can't say enough good things about Illinois.
All right, Trap Talk listeners, we got to take a quick break, and we got to welcome a new sponsor to the show, RGS Bore Stripper. It's a great product. Ricky, tell them how they can find it.
Go to their website, rgsguncleaner.com. You can get the 1 8-ounce bottle, free shipping, 2 8-ounce bottle, and you get the 2-ounce travel bottle, and it's free shipping also. Or just get the little 2-ounce bottle for travel.
Yeah, they sent me some of this product, and I used it on my Krieghoff choke tubes the other day, and it got the plastic out like in a minute, and it was super cool and super good. So if you like cleaning your gun, you like eliminating plastic, and you like shiny bores, give them a try for sure. Thank you so much for supporting the show.
Yeah, we'd really like to thank John Weber, the owner, for the support. He's doing an awesome job.
Yeah, we really want to thank John. We appreciate the support of the show. Anybody that supports Trap Talk, you guys need to support them and get this stuff because it's awesome.
And with that, let's get back to the show.
But I guess, is there anything that we're missing? Is there anything that we want to talk about tactically today to give people some value?
Just have fun. A lot of drama going on. We've heard in the trap world, just people worrying about this, worrying about that. Go to the shoot, sign up, shoot, have fun.
You have to. I mean, at the end of the day, we're here to have a good time, no matter what. Do what you can.
That's right.
You shoot great, that's great. If you don't shoot great, you got great friends.
That's
you're
right.
around people. You're having good food. You're enjoying the experience. We're not at work this week, which is a nice thing. So, I mean, it's work.
I'm
for
always
Ricky.
working. I'm always selling guns.
Ricky's working.
Giving clinics and stuff.
The man doesn't take a day off. He's just working
Zach,
all the time.
he does.
A lot of days off for Zach. lot of leisure time for me and Joey. We're just leisurely
Joey's
guys.
trying to find his niche now. It's
When I think of
unemployment's good for Joey. At least his wife's got a job, right, Mandy?
For now.
Someone's got to pay the bill.
when I think hard work, I think Ricky.
Yeah. Well, it's like that. It's like today I signed up down there and the lady goes, "Wow, you're paying for 2 people." I said, "Good thing my wife's got a good job." And she goes, "What?"
Jody, God bless you.
Absolutely.
Okay, you're carrying the weight on this deal.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
We're proud of you.
I wish.
What's the schedule look like for the rest of summer, though, guys?
Well, we got a couple weeks. I might go to Nebraska, shoot the all-around. And then the 4th of July weekend, just kind of taking off.
Yeah.
And then Wisconsin, Iowa. Now, we do have the PITA Grand Pacific.
So yeah.
If we can make
I'd
it
love
to
go
Bullard's
the PITA
deal.
Grand Pacific because Richard Bullard, the
Yep.
mustard man himself, is going into the PITA Hall of Fame. Which, if you don't know what the PITA is, it's another trap shooting association,
Yep.
just like the ATA, but it's on the West Coast. And he has been all-star captain. I don't even know how many times
A
he's
lot.
done it, but
Now that Dave Kelly quit, you know, Rich has got to be captain. So
always.
that's right. We always got a needle.
You take
Bullard.
it and you turn it.
That's right.
You get it in between
But
the ribs
he's-
and you turn
he's
it.
going in the
You just-
Hall of Fame. So the problem is Bend, Oregon. It's kind of tough to get into
It's a little
Bend.
far to get to Bend, and then we gotta
So-
have the store open that weekend for AIM because we know we got a lot of great kid shooters coming in
Yep.
to Sparta that want hat shirts and they want to see, you know, obviously Ricky, and then they see me.
They
just
wanna
'cause
see
I'm there.
Zach.
They want to see Ricky, but
No.
but at the end of the day, it's a good time. And so
Hey, Trap Talk listeners, we got to take a real quick break, and we got to thank Ron Prescott from Mid-State Precious Metals for everything they do for the trap shooting community, coast to coast, for all your gold and silver buying needs. And on top of that, new announcement, they're a sponsor of the 126th Grand American.
Finally, he said it right, folks. Grand American. Yeah, Ron is a great guy. He's a sponsor of the Backfence Shootout at Nevada State Shoot and Ohio State Shoot. And also, we got our gold for our Trap Talk event at Nevada State Shoot. And the 77th annual Nevada State Shoot, they bought all theirs from him. 680 ounces of silver to be exact, folks. You're missing out if you're not there.
That's a lot of silver, and honestly, if you're not buying from Ron, you're probably overpaying. So whether you're buying it for your gun clubs or your shoots or for your personal use, you got to give them a try because they're big supporters of the Trap Shooting Nation. So it's awesome. With that being said,
Let's get back to the show.
you know what I've found about this sport is there's always another shoot. If you had time, you could just go and go and go.
Well, that's why
go.
I think next year I want to try to hit some shoots out on the West Coast, you know, and even maybe hit Montana if we can.
Yep.
And, you know, I think Oregon State shoot would be cool to go to. I've been to Idaho.
Yep.
I've never shot at Pocatello though, so maybe California.
Pocatello's nice.
We're talking about one of our show sponsors, the Freston family, and the Marshalls are talking about hitting the Alaska State Trap Shoot next year.
That sounds
So,
like fun. I
that
bet we
would
can
be-
mix some fishing in on that deal.
That's what we're
That's
talking
what I
about
wanna do.
doing.
I might roll on
Jody
that one.
said we're going fishing, then you guys can shoot maybe.
Yeah,
So,
we shoot a little bit and go
Yeah,
fishing.
yeah, we
That
shoot a
sounds
little-
like a good
exactly.
plan to me.
So, but, yeah.
I think there's a lot of good stuff coming up. You know, be on the lookout. We got new episodes. We got some new people that are coming on the show.
Yep.
We got some great interviews upcoming. We're not going to drop any names right now, but there's some good content coming your way. We got the Grand, and there's going to be a ton of episodes that we're shooting.
Yeah,
there.
we're gonna be
We'll
doing a lot
probably
of
get 10
episodes
or
in
15 episodes shot
Yeah.
at the Grand this year with a lot of the best shooters all over the country. So we're really excited to do that. So stay tuned. We appreciate you guys still supporting us. We
Yep.
appreciate you liking, sharing, subscribing. We appreciate you taking new shooters out, introducing them
Yes.
to trap shooting. Because
I've been
once you
seeing online on Facebook, Dave Bicknell has been bringing new shooters out.
it's a great thing
Join
because
us.
here's the thing: when you bring them out, they usually stay.
Absolutely.
I don't know a lot of people that have done this and then decide, oh, I don't want to do this or that in fun. If you get them out here and you get them on and you bring them to this environment, they're pretty much in.
Absolutely.
And if they've got the time and the ability and the effort, I mean, boom. Now you've got
We're
another
in.
person shooting and traveling, and I think that's
So
what it's
bring
going
a
to
new
take.
shooter to your gun club. Let them try it out. Have them join. ATA gives out usually 5 free memberships to every gun club in the country.
Yeah, and honestly, if you ask for more, they probably give you more. I mean, if you have a position where you're like, hey, we got new people.
Well, here's the deal.
You're going to get more
if
ATA
you
memberships.
need someone to get a membership, call me. I'll get Zach to pay for it.
Yeah. See, he's always taking care of me.
Well, he's my financial advisor. It might come out of my account, so hey.
No, it wouldn't. It'd come right out of my pocket. But
The fans should tell us in the comments down below, like, what
Yeah.
stations we should hit next year.
Absolutely. If you guys have some places you want us to
if you
come
want to
to,
see Trap Talk show up, me and Ricky, and talk a lot of crap and have a lot of fun
What?
and interview some people, you let us know. We're easy to bribe. All you got to do is say, come on out.
That's
and you
right.
Got some barbecue or something.
and
we're
with
there.
Joey having a lot of free time coming up, he could probably come with us.
I'll be happy to come along.
Joey's our silent partner. He does all the work, gets none of the profit. Just like always. Just like always. Oh, we love him.
Oh, Lord. Well, folks, we appreciate everything, and we'll see you
next Friday. Hello, Trap Talk listeners. I'm your host, Zach Nanini. We're here live at the Cardinal Center with my co-host, Richard Marshall Jr. and Matt from Trap Shooting USA. Ricky, tell them what's going on. What we got going
Listen,
here?
We're at the 2025 Ohio State Trap Shoot at the Cardinal Center. Could be the largest state shoot in the country this
I
year.
think it
Usually
will
one
be.
or two.
I think it will be.
Looks like weather's going to be good, but we found Matt from Trap Shooting USA, the owner. He's going to be covering the shoot. Come down. He was here for the Northeast Regional last week, right?
Absolutely. Cardinal's a great place to have a shoot. Ohio State shoot's one of the biggest in the country, and it sounds like it's going to be one of the best. We've got the back fence shootout coming up on Friday.
Yep.
Trap Talk's sponsoring that, putting that on. They've got a bunch of great prizes here for you. There's a bunch of great merch that you can get at the.
You're wearing the merch.
Fiocchi.
Let's see that. Look at that.
Look,
Give him a flag. Look at that gun right
Shooting
there.
USA right
Looks
there.
good,
Right
baby. We love it. So thanks for supporting us on the shirts.
Yep.
If you want to make Trap great again, buy one of these shirts. Support Trap Shooting USA. What kind of stuff are you covering this week here for the magazine? I mean,
Yep, we're out here covering the Ohio State shoot in its entirety, and we'll be covering the back fence shootout. Get lots of great pictures. So if you see our photographers around, any of our writers, I know Jackie Snellenberger is going to be on site competing and covering the event. So
That's awesome.
Make sure you stop and say hi, give her a wave. You never know, your picture might make it into a magazine.
Yeah, I love that the quality of the magazine. I mean,
Yeah.
when I grab it in my hands and I feel it, I mean, the thick bound paper and the gloss of the pictures, it's just like they're exciting pictures. It's not like kind of the old same picture that you get where everybody's just standing there with their little trophy. I mean, it's you got some live shots,
Yeah.
and that's what makes it exciting because it's different people actually living and doing the trap world and seeing how they interact here in their normal state.
The most important thing is that trap shooting is a lifestyle. It's not just something you go to.
Yep.
So showing those candid shots of you living that lifestyle are some of the best photography and pictures that I like to see in the
Absolutely.
magazine.
I
And
agree.
it tells a story better than a guy shooting
Yep.
or a guy holding a trophy.
Well,
So
and
that's what
also,
we're
you
trying
know, you got the Sporting Clays magazine,
Yes.
and then you have the Hunting magazine, which is
Wing and Clay
Wing and
Life.
Clay
Yep.
Life, and then you have the Ladies magazine,
Yes, Lady Outdoor Lifestyle.
Lady Outdoor Life, Lady Outdoor Lifestyles. So, folks, there's 4 magazines that you can get involved with here, and you got special discounts going on right
Absolutely.
now.
Shameless plug. We got
Yep.
Trap Talk codes. It's
Yep.
Trap Talk D and then Trap Talk P, correct?
Yep.
Correct.
So one is for the digital and one is for the print version.
version.
But it's usually $19.99 for a year's worth of the digital, and you're doing $9.99, correct? And then it was $49.99 for a year of the print version, and you're doing $19.99. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And the digital.
The
was
print
correct.
and the digital, you get both.
Both.
$10 more, you get both. Both, folks.
folks,
Why wouldn't you have
get
it?
on and sign
you
up
could be
for
looking at
them.
it on your phone and then reading it in your
Absolutely.
hands.
Well, and listen, it's a great magazine, quality, everything, and they come to every shoot. They got writers and photographers at every shoot.
Yep.
Trap, skeet, sporting, everything.
And since we're talking about that, we've got the giveaway going on at the
Yeah.
Grand.
Yep.
For
Giveaway
anybody
done.
that subscribes to any of the magazines, you're entered in the drawing right now. We've got what's that first
What you're
prize
doing
is
is the shotgun.
SX3.
Yep.
Or, I'm sorry, the SX1, which
Yep.
is a classic trap shotgun.
Yep.
And the second prize right now is a Garmin Trap Trainer.
There you go.
And right around July 1st, we're going to be announcing at least one more to add to that. So we're giving away a few prizes.
Hey, we might
just
throw
for
some Trap
subscribers.
Stock stuff in there too. I mean, they get one of these shirts
Yeah,
or something, you know.
get a shirt.
Hey, we got some giveaways.
So
we
get
love giving
on,
away
sign
stuff.
up, folks. Stop in, see us here at the Ohio State Shoot in the Fiocchi B&P building.
It's gonna be a great time. We appreciate you tuning in. Like, share, subscribe. We'll see you soon.
Good luck.
All right, folks, we got to take another quick break and thank one of our show sponsors, 73 Pointers Ranch, Jonesburg, Missouri. Rick and Carla Burke, best place in the area to go shoot chuckers and pheasants and have a great time. Rick, we got to get you down there.
Yeah, I need to come in. Hopefully, I can do some hunting with you guys and come to your the annual clay shoot in August, right after the Grand.
It's a lot of fun. It's the Optimist Club charity shoot. They threw a charity shoot. They put it on, and it's wonderful. I think last year they had over 100 entries into it, and it's just a good time. With that being said,
Let's get back to the show.
And the Trap Talk podcast is brought to you in part by
RM Shooting Clinics. Have Ricky take your game to the next level. If you want to shoot hundreds, give Ricky a call today. Zach Nannini Financial. We believe in putting people first.